One thing about me is that you will never catch me using the suggested yarn in a knitting pattern, because why is it always the most expensive yarn I have ever seen in my life? Hey, Miles. I'm always in shock at how many people are actually using the suggested yarn, because I try and go through the projects to see like what other yarns people have used to try and find like a cheaper alternative, and so many people are using the suggested yarn, and that seems insane to me. Also really annoys me when the pattern doesn't tell you what the weight of the yarn is. They just like list the type of yarn, so then you have to go and like look it up and figure it out, and I just feel like that's irritating. Just tell me what weight it is so I can pick out what yarn I want to use. I normally don't sit over here to knit, but I was hoping one of the cats would jump up on the cat tree, and he did. Oh, now he's leaving. That was one out of my 3 cats. I don't know where the other 2 are, but that one was Miles, and he has asthma, and I have to give him an inhaler twice a day. But he's a good boy and he doesn't really complain about it, so.
Just a thought, but maybe you hate doing sleeves because you aren't doing this.
Excuse my hair, I just woke up and started knitting, and I was having a great time until I was knitting, doing my thing. I look up. Why is this off my needles? My connector for my needle extender screwed off because I have a cheap interchangeable needle set from Amazon, and so there's nothing like to lock it. It just screws, and then as I knit it unscrews. Guys, this is like at least 300 stitches off my needles. So I ordered new ones, but those don't get here for 2 days. So I have to figure out a way to stick this back on my stuff. I'm really sad.
Are there any indie yarn dyers that do like really nice, lightly variegated tonals? Perhaps I've been living under a rock or something, but I personally am not a super huge fan of some of the really intensely variegated colorways that come out of a lot of indie dyers. I can definitely respect the craft that goes into hand dyeing yarn to look like a specific theme or be inspired by a particular movie series or book series or whatever, and I think like that is like mind-blowing, but I don't like the way that a lot of hand-dyed yarn looks when it's knitted up. I just think the color pooling looks odd. You get like strange color pooling if the circumference of what you're knitting changes, or just if the row length changes. I don't know, it's just not for me, but I love hand-dyed yarn, and I really, really love lightly variegated or like tonal type yarn. I would even say that this one is a good example of that, but I haven't been able to find any indie dyers, and granted I haven't looked that hard, okay? But I'm just taking my problems to the internet. But I haven't found many indie dyers who do like nice tonals, or maybe specialize in nice tonals, especially for colors that are more like neutral, earthy, just ones that are not like super out there. I don't know, I just feel like there's a market for it. Should I get into yarn dyeing? But yeah, if you have recommendations, let me know.